Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Charles and this is episode 28 of our Let's Play series on the memory. Okay, well, just a couple of things to show you here this morning. If you will walk over here with me to the cows, you can see we have some little ones. Yay! Having a little bit of trouble standing up there, they're so new. Not only do we have new cows, you can see we've also got some baby goats. So, yay. Now, that taken care of. As for what we're going to be doing today, I need to go over and grab our harvester. Because we have a crop ready today. Our green beans are ready. So let's see. Did I leave this on the outside here? Yes, I did. Okay, so hook this back up. Doesn't seem like that long ago that we used this. Yeah, our green bean field right across the way is open here. Or open. I'm opening that, and it is ready to harvest. So I'll take this end off here. Let's see, how well can I see this from? I can sort of see that from inside. Okay, so I hope everyone has been well. We're getting down into a holiday season, and I have finally gotten past the busy time at work. Everything is slowing back down now. Probably will be until the new year. So here I will try not to back into the creek there. Let's see, other things to update you on. I have already been down and checked, and our trees have still not grown. And you know, I was watching some other videos from some other people. I can't remember whose I was watching when I discovered this. They were doing a series, and they started it out with like as a forestry series, like one where they actually planted the trees from the very beginning. And you know, they mentioned that you know, with trees in FS25, one, they take a long time to grow, as we have discovered. Also, different species of tree take different. Oh, here I am taking off and missing some right here at the beginning. But they, you know, they take different species of tree will take a different amount of time to grow. Now that's something I didn't really take into too much account, and I don't know where there's a list that would have helped me pick something that might have grown a little bit faster. I don't know that it would have helped, because if you remember way back when I planted those trees, I was a little bit surprised when I got out and I read the name of the tree that I had picked off the box of saplings, because I had intended to get a different one, and I guess, I don't know what happened. I accidentally clicked on it, or clicked it over one more space than I meant to, or something. And so yeah, so now I've got you know, so now I've got trees that I'm not sure how long they will take to grow. According to what I heard the person say, You know, some trees can take up to like 3 years. And truthfully, I can't remember when we planted those trees. I would have to go back and look in the episodes and see what month it was, so I'm not even sure how long it's been. Now, I did hear another disturbing thing. I was actually watching an episode of somebody's video while I was at work, and just kind of had it in the background and just kind of listening to it. And I heard them say that there was a possible glitch of some kind in the tree harvester, and a glitch as in you plant trees and they never grow. And apparently some people have experienced that. So yeah, so now I'm like, okay, well, if trees can take up to 3 years to grow, so I shouldn't be too impatient with the tree field down there, and just let it do its thing. But on the other hand, if my planter, now see, I use that same planter to plant the poplar, and it grew just fine. So I don't know if there's a difference in the trees and the poplar for that glitch. I don't know if maybe and I think it was the base game tree planter that they were using too. So yeah, so all things that are going to have a determining factor on us completing this map. I know I'm sitting here setting these artificial stopping points, but it seems weird just to stop it and say, oh, I want to move on to another map. Obviously I am in my spare time playing some other ones, just every now and then, just 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, when I can squeeze it in. But I've also I don't know how many of you might have seen it. This is technically my third series. I did this series. I did a series on the Mars map for FS25, and I did a series called Flashback Friday, where I went and we were 25 hadn't come out, so everybody was playing 22 at the time, and so I did a Flashback Friday where I went and played on some maps in FS19. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I technically, now that we're not, that everybody's moved on to 25, Flashback Friday, if I wanted to, I did 2 different maps, both created by the same person, for that series, and just kind of continued it. I could go back now and continue that series, just as an extra thing while I'm doing this. Let's go ahead and grab that little part there. I've got a few little places that I have missed that are gonna drive me a little bit insane, but I will go back and get them. So anyway, yeah, now that everybody's off of 22 and into 25, I could go back and record in my Flashback Friday series something from 22. So I have kind of thought about that. I left my I left my Mars series in 22. You know, with things kind of still in progress. I had not been back onto it since I ended that series. I hadn't been back onto the map or anything. Um, so I did the other day. I went back onto the Mars map, and I played through a few days, advanced it. I had 3 crops. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, you start in under a dome on Mars, and you start with 15 fields. And I had 15 fields, and then I created another, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I created like 8 fields. I joined some of those 15 together. So given all that, I'm not sure what the total ended up. But I had 3 crops that were growing on that, and I had corn that I think, like, when I ended the series, I had just planted corn. I had planted cotton, which I hadn't normally done, but I actually started that series. Some of my base equipment that it started me with was a cotton harvester. So that's pretty much the only way to do it if you unless you're going to struggle up to that point. Starting with your harvester, because those things are just so freaking expensive. So especially early on in the series and stuff, it's not something that you really see people do very often. I have found sort of a workaround now that I'm looking forward. Of course, we have all of our cotton that we've planted in this, and I'm looking forward to it because we've got the Agriflex baler, and I believe that it will round bale those, and then we can pick those up with our loading trailer, with our bale loading trailer. Now, I missed some huge portions of this, or not huge, but I missed quite a few of them anyway, just little things dotted around. I could probably see them better if I was to get into third person, but I don't drive from first person very often, so I figured I would change it up here a little bit. Now, is there some down here? Okay, there's a little bit. I think that's all that's down here, because I had gotten some of that. Now there's some, yeah, a couple of little places here. A little over 25,000 liters. I don't even really have to check, but I guess I will, because nothing in this game is at its best price as soon as you harvest. Okay, I think that is it. Yeah, no little tufts of anything sticking up there. Okay, so let's go over, well, while I'm thinking about it, let's get into our, let's get in here, and those are green beans. So will that be under the regular? Yeah, green beans. Oh, well, green beans are actually fairly good right now. Well, that is a shock. We never hit that. Okay. So who has the best price? 2253.69. Open hall door. Okay, we're going to tag that. I know where it's at, I think. So, let's see. So, I'll get back out here. I'll open that. And then I'll... Whoop. Then I'll run over and grab a tractor and a trailer. Okay, we'll grab this one here because it's our main work tractor. Getting almost 50% down on its maintenance. Now, where... yeah, I'll take this trailer. Oh, so anyway, if you've watched any of this, you know that I do go off on tangents and everything, so, and forget some of my threads. I am, you know, I was talking about the Flashback Friday series and everything, and the one that I was doing on, the series that I was doing on Mars. So yeah, I was doing cotton on there, and the other thing that I was doing, which I'm trying to think back, I'm not sure that I had ever done. Oh. Okay. I kind of thought I had a little bit bigger capacity. I think we're going to end up with a little bit of green bean still left in our harvester there. But anyway, you know, you can see that our corn is growing nicely. The poplar there is growing off to the right. The cotton is growing to the right, and to the left, those darn trees. Okay. Anyway, you know, but the other thing that I had planted over on that Mars series was sugarcane, and I should have planted that probably earlier, but sugarcane wasn't one of, you know, the challenge on that was that there were 6 crops that you had to pick. It could be any 6, and you had to get 800,000 liters of that for the colony, and once you got that, and then you had some animal requirements, and you had to put down 10 beehives and all that. But, you know, it was basically after I had completed all of my 6 crops that I had chosen from the beginning that I planted sugarcane, and I planted a lot of sugarcane. And I left the series when it was still, I think the sugarcane was like, you know, knee height maybe. Maybe knee height in the field. So I went back, and I have you know, progressed through some days now and everything. But I was excited to do sugarcane. I had seen some other people do sugarcane before, and you know, I couldn't appreciate the harvester for it very much, because the harvester was like 2 rows wide and everything, and I was like, really? Do people in today's day and age, do people still harvest sugarcane with a harvester that can only harvest like 2 rows at a time, or 1 row at a time, or whatever it was? But on that series there was a you know, a big harvester, like the kind of like the big harvesters that you have for potatoes and sugar beets and stuff like that. and it had a header that did sugarcane. And I had bought that. You know, I already had the harvester for something else, and I just bought the different header to go on it. And so I was really looking forward to seeing, you know, it would be a much faster harvest, I know, and just kind of seeing how how sugarcane yielded, because I don't see people plant a lot of sugarcane. So I'm like, well, is it because it's really expensive to plant and a pain to harvest, or, you know, do you really not get the yield off of it, and, you know, it's hard to make money back? I don't know which one. I don't know which one of those things it is. I'll use this entrance here. Oh, man, who put all that? Who put all that stuff in my way? That's what I get for taking an entrance I don't usually take. Okay, and oh, got that on side tip. Okay. Apparently not the entire grate there is not part of the trigger, so. Okay, another 56,737 euros. That puts us up over 100,000 at 109. What's that? 639. So, okay. I will see you back over at the farm. I am going to go out this one because there aren't strange things for me to run over. I'm going to see you back over at the farm. I'll get the rest of those green beans out of the harvester, but I don't think there's a whole lot in there anyway, so I don't think it's going to be worth coming all the way back over here, so I'll just stick them into the silo, and then we'll see. We'll see, you know, in the future if I plant green beans again, then we'll see what else can be. We'll just add that to it, and if we remember it, we'll see if we do. But anyway, I'll see you back over at the farm. Okay, and here we are back at the harvester. I have emptied the remaining 57 liters, the whopping 57 liters out of our harvester. I think it would be safe to say that I'm not going to be making another trip over to the sell point to get rid of that. I'm going to drop this into our silo over here, and like I say, probably promptly forget about it. Something I can't forget about is that we have our peas and canola in here, and I think both of those are at their best in November, so we'll be selling those then. While we have the trailer hooked to this, I know I need to do a little bit of maintenance on this. Yeah, 149,000 liters in there, so I need to empty that so it can continue the process. It was full. And we'll give what they will take of this to the cows. Okay, just left 28%. So we'll use that extra room to stop off by here and grab a little bit more. that should leave us a little bit of space in the production there. Although we are making it faster than what we need it, which is why you may, I don't know if you noticed at all when I was running across it and everything, the grass field over there, the one remaining large grass field, and the one down to our left here by the chickens, those are ready to harvest and have been. I have not been harvesting those because well, one, I've had other things to do, and I haven't been worried about it because I didn't need any. I didn't need any hay or silage or anything like that, and so I didn't need any grass for any more grass. I've still got some in the silo when the goats need it. So let's see. I'll get this one pushed. No, pushed. I'll get this one put into the silo here, and then we are going to try and make a little bit more money. We'll see how much we can. See how much we can end this episode with. Now, where did I leave our new tractor? I've left it somewhere and I can't. It's probably over in one of the fields across the way there. You might be able to see there, I have preemptively, since our trigger was full, I have preemptively loaded, fully loaded our lettuce trailer. And now it's full, so anything else that I want to transport, I don't have that trailer free to do it with now. So, yay, great planning, Charles. So yeah, it is stacked 4 high. It was an absolute nightmare. I probably knocked those stacks over more times than I ever have. Okay, gonna leave just a little bit of water in that there. See if this greenhouse over here needs it. It needed a little bit. And it is September, so I'm wondering what I can plant in that field that we just... No. Nice move, Charles. Just went right by it. I'm wondering what we can plant in that field. Wow, okay. Can I drop off water? Yep, apparently. I can put water in my silo there. Well, that's good. Because then, now where do I go? And I better bring up my menu there so I can see when it happens. It's not buffalo milk, just milk. 27,000 liters of milk. Okay, now, remind me where... where do I go for milk? Now, the dairy, as we have discovered, is near impossible to get into, but it looks like the warehouse is the place to sell milk right now. So we're going to go ahead and sell this because milk is actually near its best price right now. So you've seen this drive down to the warehouse before, so I'll cut this out for you and make the video a little bit shorter, and I will meet you down there. Okay, well, we're back, and wow, getting down here. I wasn't going to show you much of this trip, but getting down here among all the trees and everything on this end of the map, and you run into the fog. I hadn't experienced any fog, I don't think, up by the farm there where we were at. And suddenly, here we are, and in Fogville. But anyway, we are getting close to the warehouse down here. We'll sell this milk, see if we can make a little bit of money. We also have the goat milk, and I think it is also at a good price. But we don't have the trailer to put it on, which means I'm going to have to try to stack it really badly in the truck, in the pickup truck probably. So okay, and there's our milk, 62,108 for that. So everything getting us closer to our goal. If you will remember, we are, it is so tempting seeing that number up there. I can't tell you how tempting it is to go and buy another field or, upgrade some equipment. I know there's another trailer that I'm kind of looking at, a low loader to add to what we've already got. It's a longer one, so that curve always gets me for some reason. It's a longer low loader, so I think more will fit on it. It's longer than the one we have, and I think we need all the space we can get with that lettuce over there, because we take some pretty big loads of that. I am mindful not to get too big with it, because we still have to be able to get it through the gates and make turns and stuff like that. This map, there are a lot of places for big equipment that not really conducive to that. There you see, we've run right out of the fog now. I guess that's a lower lying area over there. It's just trapped fog in it. Anyway, I'll get back over and deposit this, and then I've got to figure out some kind of a solution for the goat milk, and then I'll figure that out, and then I'll see you after, and we'll find out where we go to sell that. Oh boy, yeah, this, yeah, pretty sketchy. Most of it is strapped, some of it not so much. We shall see. Oh boy, where... Where is goat milk? The dairy is the best place for the goat milk, but apparently, even though we can get more than 100 pounds more, or 100 euros more, guess we're going to have to go to the Sunflower Cafe for that. I don't need to tag it, I know where it's at. It's going to be a nice slow drive, because as you can see, this pickup is not that stable now. It was a wee bit of a nightmare, as you might guess, to load this. So I'll see you over at the Sunflower Cafe, and then I'll update you on how many times I turned the truck over on the way there. Well, miracle of miracles, I did not turn the truck over. Came close a couple of times, and the fog is over on this sail point too, and I really had to slow down there because coming down that hill in the fog, I very nearly couldn't see it. Okay, so let's sell that. That's another 49,958 euros, so that gets us over 221. Oh, we might just make it. As you know, I was telling you before that I am really, really trying not to look at that number and say, oh, I could buy a field, I could buy all this equipment that I wanted to get, because what we are working toward is our carrot harvester, to buy the harvester and the header for it. Oh yeah, the drive back is much faster. So yeah, I found my missing tractor. I had placed it over next to a field. I was going to set a worker going to get rid of weeds, and neglected to do that. So I'm going to stop off and do that on the way back, and then I'll meet you back at the farm. Okay, everybody, we have made it back to the farm. I got my worker going on spraying the weeds off on that second carrot field. I did the first one already. I think that's pretty much everybody taken care of. I'll go ahead and get this tractor put back over to load more lettuce once we empty that. Raise that a little bit so I can drive. And I think that is pretty much where I'm going to leave it. I'm not in a hurry to get this field cultivated and turned around, because we are in a time of year where there's very little that I can plant, and I don't think that anything that I can plant right now is something that I'm going to, if that makes sense. So anyway, we have made quite a bit of progress on on the money. I think we need something like 350,000 for the harvester. Not sure about the header for the carrots and everything, but we are almost there. And if we can get, I don't think we're going to get. How far do we have to go? I didn't check on those carrot fields. How far? Okay, this is the carrot field. Just had the worker spray off. Yeah, so we've got 5 more months on the carrots. So that's good. They're going to take a while to grow, so that'll give us plenty of time to get to a place where get to a time when the the lettuce is a lot better price. Now, the next episode, we are going to be harvesting corn and cotton. We're going to have a lot of stuff to harvest because you see there it's in growth stage 6 out of 7, and all of it was done at the same time. So we're going to be doing a lot of harvesting, and I'll probably pick that up when we're already in progress of that. And luckily, the cotton and the corn are harvested by different implements, so we can do that. And in the meantime, I may have, while we're doing that, I may have a worker just go ahead and start prepping this field and cultivate it and everything. I think that's what I'll use the next bit after we harvest all these fields. I think I'm just going to prep them for see which ones need lime and things like that, and I'll get those ready for all the next plantings. And I will see you in the next one. Please leave a comment down below and let me know if you'd like to see a Flashback Friday episode of playing on the Mars map, maybe harvesting all of that sugarcane. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you again for watching. If you could help me out by going down below, hitting the like button, subscribe if you have not already, and ring the bell to get notifications for when I post videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.